Hello. Hi. It was another hot one today. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Yeah, that was me sighing. That's for sure. Oh, it's been a long day, but a productive day. I like those days. I don't care if I get tired. It's when you're tired at the end of the day and you go, exactly what did I accomplish today? And you can't find anything. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Uh-oh, thunderstorms. Yeah, we in our forecast, we were supposed to have one today around 11. Nothing happened. We're supposed to have had one like around 6:30. Nothing happened. We got a few puffy clouds. Uh-oh, I see Elaine. Um, she usually gets the bad weather, a little before I do. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not complaining. Well, maybe I am complaining because if at least if we had some rain, it would have cooled things down. Now it's just kind of hanging there and it just hot. Hot. So yeah. Yep. See? Look at Elaine. Look at what she's got there. She's got her tongue hanging out and everything. Oh, Sue, keep it to yourself. Look at her, 68. Where are you in Alaska? I know my husband earlier said, if you're going to go to get any groceries, you better go in and get them early before the storms hit today. I said, no, we don't need anything. I've got, what we need. And we don't even get rain. So, oh, see, oh, yeah, of course. Same difference, right? Yeah, let's all go to Sue's house, have some cocoa. Oh, oh my goodness. Well, ladies, I have those of you that have been, around my lives for a while, I've always had this little obsession, with the doors and openings and stuff. And I don't know when I'm ever really going to do my dream journal that's in my head, but I figured I just need to get a little bit of it out of my system and at least do the doors. And these are the sample ones that I made. What I'm going to do first, though, is show you the kit. Hi, Scotty. She's just right up above me, so we got the same weather too. So I'm going to show you first what's in the kit, and then I'll show you what I did with the kit. All right, let's do it that way. From one month to the next, I don't even know, how we do this, but usually I don't show the kit live. I usually do a video, but I'll explain that also. I have a lot of things to explain. A lot of things to explain. Some good, not so good, but you guys will help me figure it out. I know. I know you guys will help me out. All right. Yes. What's behind door number one? Oh, okay, so it's a little bit of everything, as most of my kits are. Um, and I kind of what I do when I do my kits, I have like an idea. I have a box filled with stuff with that, whatever that related idea is, and then I'll slowly grab those things and make a journal. see what I use, what I don't use, what I might need. And then that's pretty much how I put the kit together based on what I use, in the journal that I make as an example for you guys. So, and this is what I came up with. Okay, obviously we're going with doors and textures and things like that. So I had very little of this. I don't even know really what it was, but it came in a 4 foot length, but it was only this wide. I didn't cut it this way. I cut the length. And I only had X amount of pieces. So I only came up with really small pieces like this. But it has cool grains, and I know you ladies come up with really cool ideas. Who knows what you'll do with it? At the very least, you can make a tag out of it, but I think you can really incorporate this grain with the look that we're working with. I also put in a piece of vellum because I thought it would very look kind of cool if on one of these doors maybe we cut out a section and put that in, and that could be sort of like the window in the door. Just a thought. So I include a little piece of the vellum. Now, I'll show you later the construction of one of the books that I did. But what I've done is I've taken lots of my books and that I have already torn apart. I cut them down into sections. And so I know some of you, you have a lot of cool books, but you kind of cringe at tearing them apart. I understand that. Or maybe all the used books you have a pretty cover and you don't want to glue over it or paint over it. I get all that. So what I've done is I'm including 3 different sizes of book covers, different thicknesses, different sizes. What I'm showing you here is just letting you know the quantity of stuff you're getting, but obviously every single kit is going to obviously be different because, I only have one of each book. So that's the way it goes. Then I had these really cool textured papers. So I cut those down because the way we're going to use them, we don't need really, really big ones. So, so you can have a bigger variety. I cut them down. Again, you will not necessarily get the ones you're seeing because I have like around 12 different textures, maybe a little more. And so each one will come with 4 different textures. And then each one is going to come with 4 pieces of just regular cardstock. Now, when I very first started all of this paper stuff, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I didn't know good paper from bad paper. And when it comes to the other types of stuff I was doing, this is not good cardstock. You ladies probably already know it's that stuff that cracks and shows the white stuff. And it's just, I don't like it. But for our purposes, because we're going to create textures and stuff, it's great because if you crinkle it up and open it up, you're going to have all that ugly white stuff. But for our purposes, it's super cool. So I've included 4 different pieces, different colors. I don't know what color you're going to get. And then I have some pieces, and I have there was I don't know, 12 different ones. So you may or may not get this one specifically, but it will have 4 pieces that represent some kind of wrought iron that's been rusty and stuff. This one you will get. I only did these 2. These are the doorbells and buttons when you go into apartment buildings. Of course, these are old looking, but I think they're super cool. And that would be a lot of fun to incorporate into our journal. Also, I've included this sheet that has some of what are they? The keyholes and door knockers and things like that. You may get this one, you may get another one because I had a whole bunch that I chose from and I just printed them out and I put them in there randomly, but you'll get that size. Also, you're going to get a small piece of cotton that has been plastered. so that you can incorporate it in your book because again, this is texture that we're talking about, and I thought that would be kind of cool to incorporate in your journal. You're going to get a piece of this thick tapestry. I used it when it came to doing the binding. You may use it, when you connect the signatures. We'll talk about all that later, but you still will get a piece like this. Also, you're going to get a piece of this fabric about this size. I don't know when I say this size, I don't know what that means, but I'll show you. Okay, it's 11 by 7. And this is about 7 1/4 by 7 1/2, more or less. And this was a big piece that I had, but I think it was I think when I bought it, it was in its package. I think it was a divan, but you know me, I don't need that. So I just cut it all apart. And it's got, I don't know, it's got, again, texture and stuff. But I thought if we grunged it up, or if you dyed it a color that you wanted to incorporate in the book, or if you just left it the way it was a cool piece to work with. All right, now to the doors. Oh, don't forget that. To the actual doors. Look at this cool stuff. I mean, isn't all this kind of yummy? No, this isn't muslin. It's the color of muslin, but it's not muslin. I forget. I need to look up. Look up, Rosemary. Okay. I'm looking up. So this has obviously it has a bunch of doors, and it has the plates for like doorknobs and a couple of hinges and a couple of locks and stuff like that. And some really funky looking old doors. When I look at these doors, I think of European doors. I don't think of American doors. We don't have enough old stuff, I guess. So we still have time for our doors to get cool, to get cool looking. Okay, so those are the printouts that I don't forget how many doors there are. I don't remember. Well, there's 3 pages with 4 each, and then these have I forget how many you can count, and here's 2, and so those are the printouts that you're going to get, and then put this on here so you can see it maybe better. And then you're going to get a couple of these little miniature hinges, which I think will end up looking pretty cute on the journal. And then this latch. If I can remember how it goes. Here we go. And then this little latch. Isn't that adorable? You probably can't see it, but trust me, it's adorable. And then these are screws that, if your book is thick enough, even if it's just cardboard, you can just punch a hole and put the little screws in and put some glue if they don't really screw in. Or if you're fortunate enough to have some wood you want to play with. Or if you don't want to use the screws, you could use little brads to keep the keep the hinges and stuff in. Okay, let me look up. Because you know me, people. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. So for those of you that have just gotten here, I'll go backwards on what's going to be here in the kit. So everybody has a little chance to see it. And this little piece of plaster fabric to play with. And then some book covers that we're going to use. Yeah, you got to put a red light if you want to talk to me. There you go. Okay, I'm going to look up now. What is the kit for? Lisa, I put a kit together every month, and it's I usually bring it out toward the end of one month, and then toward the beginning of the following month, I do a tutorial and show how to make a journal. Each month, I try to show a different technique that maybe you haven't tried before in your journal making. And so that's pretty much my goal. And each month the kit is different with a different theme. And then I try to teach a different technique. And so this is August's kit, because we'll be putting this together in August. How are we going to put it together? I'm glad you asked. I'll show you. Let me put this in, because you know me, I'll lose stuff. You know I will lose stuff for sure. Okay, now these two are just very, 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 very simple. This one is just done on cardboard. Remember I showed you those little books that are for kids? I know I already forgot what they're called. I know somebody in there will help me with what they're called. But that's all I did. I got one of those, those books. Come on, somebody help me. Yes, board books. Thank you so much, Peggy. I used one of those board books to make the front and the back of this. And basically, I just took some of the printouts and, well, this paper right here, the background, this was a jelly, some kind of a jelly print that I did once upon a time with you guys, I guess, online. And so I just glued that down. And then this is one of the printouts and some more of the paper. And this is part of the printouts. And so this one, I've just filled this one up with different types of paper and various pieces of my plaster fabric. Because the way I'm looking at these particular 3 journals that I'm going to be showing you, I think of them more as an art book, in the sense that the papers I put in them, it's for you to be able to do other things besides just journaling, handwritten journaling. You can do anything in here because of the types of papers and the fabric that's in there. So that's kind of my take on these two. So anyway, and this is just your basic. We've done this before. This is just your basic signatures in a journal, but it's just an example of what you could do with some of the printouts. All right, I'm looking up. And please, because I'm real slow at this, looking up and looking down, put it all in capitals if you want to ask me anything. Yes, Sue. Art journals. Thank you. That's what I meant to say. All right. So now this one, I used one of those little latches. Aren't they adorable? I think they're so cute. And I just got a piece of fabric and just sewed the fabric And we'll go into it when we do the actual tutorials, you know, what to do. But this is one of those transfers. When we did the Frida journal, remember we did some transfers, and that's what this is. But I did the transfer on top of the plaster fabric, and I think that came out kind of cool. And this one too, this is just filled with my plastered fabric and different kinds of um, you know, what am I trying to say? Mixed media paper. Hello, mixed media paper and watercolor paper and things like that, plus the fabric and the plaster and yada 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 yada. So you can imagine once you work in this journal, it would be super cool looking. All right, so that's one way, just doing a simple transfer of the stuff. Okay, let me look. Let me look. I'm looking up. I'm looking up. Lisa, I haven't been doing the Gigis. The reason why is some things that I put in the kit, they're digitals that I purchased that allow you in a limited amount to include in a project, but you cannot resell them as a digital. So my answer is no, because I'd be breaking copyright rules of the people that I got it from. So unfortunately, I can't do that. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I do get that is copyright free that I get off of other sites that it's free. But then some of the stuff isn't. Some of it is stuff I've purchased. So I know it's a bummer. Okay, so this one is a little chunky monkey. This is one we're going to be doing together. And this one is more, I don't, you know, you guys can figure out what the name of this is. And it's not done. You know, we'll work on it. I'll do one from scratch with you guys. And then also we'll do a little something to finish this one off. Now, what I did with these is this right here is the printout of the door. But then I glued it onto some cardboard and made the cardboard the shape of a door. So it's door inside of a door. I know that kind of looks like that's just, you know, maybe a window in the door, but this is the actual door. Anyway, yeah. And like I said, these aren't done yet. They're just, they're in the making. And then I have this open up, and then I figure, you know, we'll dress this up kind of cool. And then these are some of the printouts that will be included. And then this is just a book cover like the ones I showed you, right? Nothing spectacular. I don't clean it up. You know, I mean, I really don't clean it up at all. I leave everything just hanging because I like that look. It's not for everybody, but I do like that look. And here, whoops, here are some more of those printouts that you're going to recognize them all because I showed them to you a couple of times. And this is paper that I did crackle on. I'll show you guys how to do that. It's real simple. If you know, have never done it before, it's just with paint and regular old Elmer's glue or any kind of glue you have. You don't have to have crackle paste to make crackles, but that's some more texture that you can play with. So there's a lot here, area to decorate and design yourself. And then on some of them, I just cut out the cardboard after putting the door on there. And what I've done on most of them, which we'll go over that when we do them together, is I try to match up the paint to the printout. Let me find you the printout so you can see what I'm talking about. See, that was the front one. That's the front cover there. Where's this one? Okay, so this one, you see that's the door right there. So then what I've done on the cardboard is I've tried to incorporate the paint to kind of blend in with the actual printout. So that's fun to do because then things just don't look like they're just glued there. It kind of looks like all one piece. So that's what I did with that one. And that's super simple to do. And I had a piece left over from when we did our industrial, when we grunged up everything. So I just made a pocket out of this one. And we'll figure out something to put in there. And that's one of those little small pieces. There was a little blue in that picture, so I just incorporated some really, really dark blue. It almost looks black to kind of make it blend all together. And here's another one of the books that, you know, one of the small pieces. Now you're getting 3 pieces of different books because I wasn't even sure if that was the direction you were going to go in, but I have more than 3 in here because I made it so chunky. But if you're going to make a smaller one like this, the 3 would be enough to incorporate this look. But if you want it to be a little chunkier, you know, get yourself some books ready or just some cardboard because all of these are just cardboard. I got these like a year ago from the liquor store. These are the dividers, like in the big boxes where they have the wine and, you know, different kinds of liquors, and it has these kind of thick cardboards that separate them, and that's what these are. Yeah, you can see that's what it is. Haven't finished the back yet. And then here's another example where I try to incorporate some of the colors of the paint around the edges and then just kind of blend it in the blue that was here on the base. I kind of wanted it to look like maybe it was like if you stepped out, you could get on your boat, you know, there was water out there. Maybe a canal, a clean canal in Venice. And here's the other side of that. And here is, I just love this little piece. And I put that on the back of the book. So this is starting the second signature. We have 2 chunky signatures here. And this was left over from last month's. This was the craft text. So I had a piece left over. So I put that in there. And you can see just adding a little piece of fabric here and there. Oh, that's another thing. I haven't done it yet. I didn't have time, but I wanted to do this tonight and show you what was going on. But you're going to get a little bag of scraps of different types of these fabrics. So if you don't have any of those in your stash, you'll be able to, you know, incorporate it in your journal. So that also is going to be included. Then I made a little pocket there. We'll put something in there. Something. Janice, the only one right now that's opening is the front one. But when we do it together, I want to do a few opening. I didn't have the luxury to take the time. I'm not going to bore you with my timetable right now, but I was like sort of in a crunch. Here's a little pocket. But yeah, that would be fantastic for the doors to open. I mean, what's a door without the door opening, right? What's the point? I agree. I agree. Here's another little pocket. I didn't do anything to the back of that yet, but. And then the other side of this. Now, the only thing that I would change on this, so keep this in mind, in the back here, I put a little, you know, if you wanted to write, take notes, whatever, you know, whatever, a little small journal. Because this is so chunky, it's kind of floating up in the air. What I would do, and I still might do it if it's not too much, no, I can't because I glued the back. What I would do if you're going to put two chunky things like this, I would put this in the middle, and that way it would open flat because you've got, two chunky things on either side, and then it'll open completely flat. That was a boo-boo on my part. I can't change that because I've glued. Well, I guess I could have ripped it. I guess I could rip it all apart, but I don't want to. It's enough to let you know. Don't do what I did. Don't do what I did. If you're going to put, a little journal in the back, put it in the center, or make it so that it just kind of floats, that it's not sewn in. But it would work. It would work perfect if you did it in the center. Yep, yep, yep. Okay, and so that is what I made, and I think this is just a piece of cardboard. So that's what I did with the doors. So you can keep it like really simple and do something cute with the cover. Or you can just go kind of crazy, cray, like I did, and just go crazy. All right. So now you have to give me like at least 5 minutes to rant. Okay. Here begins the ranting. I'm really upset with Etsy. You already know the other reasons I'm upset with Etsy. Now I have a new reason why I'm upset with Etsy. Last week, I put up all my Renaissance journals that I made, and they all sold. That was last Thursday. Today's Wednesday, so it's been a full 7 days, and that's passed. Now I don't know how many of you sell on Etsy, but usually when somebody purchases something on Etsy, it takes maybe at the most, a couple of hours for me as the seller. I get a notification that it's been approved and the funds are there, which basically means I've been paid. I can mail it. It's theirs. Usually, with a very, very, very short time. I have a customer right now who they have put on their processing, which means it has been processed. And today is Wednesday, and this person purchased the journal last Thursday, and it still hasn't gone through. I've contacted them like 3 times. The first 2 times they didn't respond at all. The third time they responded with a form letter saying, if this is the issue, and they give me, A, B, C, D, F, G. Of course, none of those are the issue. And then they ask me, is that helpful? I go, no. Okay. No, it's not helpful. All right. So not only do they tell me, as I've ranted last week, do they tell me that you guys who do not go and buy my stuff based on them advertising somewhere, and you see the advertising, oh, I think I'll go get something from Rosemary. Well, they say a lot of you do, and they take money away from me because they say you went there because of advertising, which I know they're already lying. All right. So that's one thing. Now, if the person that purchased my journal last week were not a repeat customer, and they were maybe the first time they ever bought from me, they may think I'm a flake because, I'm telling them, it hasn't paid, or they're wondering, well, why haven't you mailed it? Why can't you go through? Because another thing, if you get your postage printouts through Etsy, which I don't do it anymore, but if you do, they won't even let you print out to mail it to them until it's been processed. Well, as long as it says that it's partially processed or being processed, I even forget what it says. I'm so aggravated about it. It won't even let you click on anything else. It's sort of like it freezes it because you haven't been paid. So your hands are tied as far as doing anything with that purchase. Now, if it was like I say, if it had been a person that was their first time to purchase from me, um, who knows what they would think? They made me think I was some kind of a flake, and then they never come back, and then I would lose out maybe on the purchase. She might say, "Okay, I'm canceling this. I want my money back," or whatever, you know. So I'm ranting about that. Don't like it. It's aggravating to me. Okay, so all of this to say, I'm going to try with this kit to do this just through PayPal and see how it works. I don't know if it'll be more frustrating. I don't know if it'll be more complicated. I just don't know. But I know a lot of you have already bought things from me, and we've done the transactions through PayPal, and there's never been a problem. So I'm hoping maybe, you know, I don't know, but we're going to try it this time. All right. So now, let me read before I go on. No, you can't, Tammy. You can only do that if you have made less than X amount of money. They don't give you that option to everybody. I cannot turn that off. Um, Jamie, I thought about that. I'm gonna contact her. I mean, I don't mind waiting if she doesn't mind waiting. But it's just frustrating, because this one's gonna work out because we know each other. But what if we didn't know each other? You know what I'm saying? So I don't, yeah. Yeah, Tammy, I know some people can turn it off and some people can't. Um, you have to make under a certain amount of money to turn it off. Because I contacted them and they said I can't. But Johnny may know somewhere around it. See, Johnny knows how to do these things. She's sneaky. Yeah, Peggy. The fees, I'm going to be honest with you. Any fees, hurts your bottom line, obviously. But the other features that Etsy provides, the thank you, Johnny. But the other features that Etsy provides, I appreciate and I like them, and it's worth it to me. It's just not worth it to me when they lie to me. I don't mind if they advertise and somebody comes and I don't mind any of that. But when I know they're lying to me, that's where I draw the line. And then when they process something for 7 days, I don't like that either. So anyway, um yeah, exactly, Johnny. Some things it is the price of doing business. And, I mean, that's just the way life is. Everybody gets a little piece of the action. And I get that. And I don't mind that. That's how everybody, makes money. But not, like I said, not when they are lying to you. So, she's painting her toes. Well, excuse us for interrupting. Well, see, Lori, what happened here is she made two purchases. I know exactly what happened. I mean, why it happened. I don't understand why it's taking so long, because even in their little descriptions, when something is held up, they say that it's addressed with I think they said 72 hours. So that's like 3 days, right? Am I counting right? And and it's already been 7 days. So that's where I'm getting upset. If it had just been the 72 hours, I say, okay, that's cool. No problem. But see, what happened was she made two purchases on the same day. She made one, then, her heart just sang when she saw something, and she decided to buy something else. If she had bought maybe them together, they had gone together. But I guess what they were looking at And I understand the 72 hour, that's what they did. Sometimes, people, are, are scamming, or they got a stolen credit card, or people are purchasing, all kinds of things can be going on, right? And so when they see, well, why did she buy it separate? Why did, whatever they're thinking, it sends up a red flag. And then they are going to, look at it. But it should not be taking 7 days for them to see or even to contact her. Was this, is this a valid purchase? Yes, it is. Thank you. Okay. And they release the funds, but they're not even doing that. So anyway, so that's okay. I'm off. I'm off the soap opera. I mean the soap the soapbox. Yeah, it feels like a soap opera. Okay, so those of you that are in my Kaboodle group over on Facebook, I had posted over there this kit, and we started a list because another issue is they're selling out, and then I hear grumble, 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 which I would too if I wanted one, because maybe they're not getting the notification when I release them from Etsy, or they're not getting the notification through YouTube. I do the two at the same time. So anyway, so the only thing I could think of was, okay, those of you that are in the group, and I hope if you like these things, go over and join the Facebook group. It's down in the description, because what I'm starting is a list over there. So several of you are already on the list over there. I counted how many they were. I have set those aside. And so yours is secure. And now anyone else that's going to be wanting one will be below you on the list. All right. So that those of you that already sort of like not pre-purchased, but pre-desired to purchase, you will be on the list. So that's that. So now, as of today, okay, what I'm going to do in here, I'm going to put my, put my email, so that I forgot to put that in there, so that those of you that want to purchase can go ahead and do that now. I'll put the price. Hold on one second, one thing at a time, Rosemary. I think. Let me see. Let me see what I'm writing here. I'm trying to look at. Okay, so that's if you're going to purchase, that is my email. And my kits go for $35. And I weighed these all out. And so what I'm going to do is I kind of average the shipping. And so I'm going to put these for $38, and that will include the shipping. As long as you're in the US, that will include the shipping. Okay, so okay, I should have put the all the info together, but I didn't. Whoops. Okay. Anyway, it's all separate there now. That's kind of stupid. Why did I do that? Because I'm still angry. I'll do it again. Most of you have already done PayPal with me, but for those of you that haven't, if you're newbies, let me put that all together so it doesn't look stupid. You have to look all over the place for it. Okay. Okay, so this is what you do. Don't give me no me's. Don't tell me you want one. I don't care. I'm not going to write it down. I'm getting sassy. You just send me 38 bucks. I feel like a used car salesman. Send me $39.99. And you're going to get your kit. That's all I'm going to tell you. If you have never ordered from me before, don't be scared. Don't be scared now. Everything's okay. If you haven't ordered from me before, if you can do me the favor of sending me a separate email, and this is going to get confusing maybe. Who knows? I don't think so. Send me a separate email with your address because I won't have your address, right? So send me what it's going to say if you're using a different name with your PayPal account, because some people, they have their husband's name, their company name, you know, whatever. Make sure you let me know when I receive the money, so I know that it's from you, because it might be from Susie Q and your name is Mary Jo. I don't know. So send me an email with your real name and your address if we have not dealt before. Otherwise, I know who you are. Right. Thank you, Johnny. Yes, put that in. Oh, that's right. Hello. Yes, put that in the notes when you send, you know, the moolah. You can put it in the notes in your PayPal. Yes, that's even better. Less complicated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so now what's going to happen is, I don't know how many I have, but the ones that already signed up on Facebook, they have first dibs if they pay me within 24 hours. If you haven't paid me within 24 hours, then you get dropped down with the rest of the Joe Schmoes. You're not special no more. And it's first come, first serve. Okay, that's just what I'm gonna have to do because it makes me feel powerful. No. It just seemed like the least complicated, because I don't be holding up something and then someone decides they don't want it and then somebody else doesn't get it. And you know how that goes. You guys all understand. You guys sell stuff too, so you know what I'm talking about. That's right, Peggy. You have to know how to do multiple things. You have to know how to get on a list. You have to know how to email, and have to know how to pay. I know life gets really complicated. It gets really, really complicated. Oh, and for the first ones, until I run out, I forgot. And for the first ones, before they run out, are going to get 2 baby keys. Is that supposed to be halfway chunked out? Is that supposed to look like that? I guess so. Anyway, you're going to get 2 baby keys until they run out. So if you don't get a baby keys in yours, you you're at the, you waited too long. Because you have to have keys with the doors. That just, that's what I'm saying here. You can't have one without the other. Oh, somebody said something to me. Okay, thanks, Lisa. Thank you. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do with the rest of the evening, because I'm still mad, is we're going to do a little collage with a lot of these leftovers that I have. You know how I do the collage, and then I'll post them in the group in case you want to use them. And I'm going to use these papers right here. And that way, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. Make sure you write boldly so I can see you guys. And if you have any questions, feel free. And then for those of you, well, it doesn't matter if you're not here, you're not going to hear me, but I'll post in the group also, um, how we're paying. And I'll put it there where people signed up already. That way they know. All right, so I have a lot of goodie leftovers from when I was putting these together. Look at all my little leftovers I have. And then I kind of went kind of crazy with, I kind of overprinted on a couple of these things. But, uh-oh, was that supposed to be in the kit? Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, hello. I'm already shortchanging a kit. 38, Peggy. That includes the shipping. All right, so let's see. I should have a banner up there, huh? I don't have it. Okay, I have to share some sad news. Well, wait, let me rewind. Those of you that have been here for a while, you've probably heard me tell this little story of my little friend. Well, it was like 12 years ago, so he's probably like in high school now. Maybe he's married. I don't know. He might have kids of his own. You know how that happens so fast. You go, what? Anyway, he loved to spend all this time with his grandfather, and his grandfather raised goats, the cutest little things. And he had turned, I think he was either 5 or 6. I think he was just going to kindergarten is all he was doing. I think, yeah. I don't even think he was in first grade yet. So anyway, one of the goats had babies, and I guess they were kind of either on the small side or premature, or I don't know. But they needed a lot of extra care. Maybe the mother couldn't feed them. I forget the exact circumstances, but the little goats needed some extra living care. And so the little boy, he could not wait to get home, to check out I need to put a background on here, don't I? To check out the little guys, right? So much fun with them. Anyway, there was 2 of them. I guess they always have 2, I think. I don't know. And one of them was really, really healthy, and the other one was not. And he'd been taking care of them already for several weeks. And then he went to school, and like I said, he couldn't wait to get home to take care of him. While he was in school, the one that wasn't healthy, it died. So the grandmother and the grandfather think, oh dear, how are we going to tell him? What are we going to do? How's he going to take it? So he comes home, and when he used to get home from school, the first thing he'd do is he wouldn't even say hello. He would just run out the backyard and and go try and feed the little baby. Well, anyway, he comes home and he's getting ready to run out, and they have to stop him because, it's going to be a little traumatic for him. So they tell him, and, he cries a little bit, of course. And then they said, you want to go out and see him before we go bury him? And he said, okay. So he went out, and, he gave him a nice little pet, rubbed him down and said goodbye to him. And he got one of his little favorite blankets and wrapped him up before they went to go bury him. And so then it was all kind of over with. And I think it was more traumatic, for the grandparents, than it was for the poor little kid. They were all worried, for him. So then he comes in and, they said you want a little snack or something because, he just come home from school. He says, okay. So he got him a little snack and they're sitting there on the couch together and he looks at his grandparents and he looks at him, he goes, E-I-E-I-O. Farming just isn't what I thought it was going to be. And they tried so hard not to like laugh out loud because it was so hysterical. E-I-E-I-O. Farming just isn't what it used to, but I thought it was going to be. So anyway, I tell you that story because now I have to say E-I-E-I-O. Farming just isn't what I thought it was going to be. Mr. Bunny is gone. He hasn't come back. And one day, because all bunnies do look alike, especially to my husband was in the front yard, and I think I told you guys, my husband was in the front yard, and the dogs came around to the front, and there was a bunny somewhere out in the front yard, and he got scared by the dogs, and instead of coming into the safe area of the yard, he ran out of the yard, across the street, into the open field. And I have never seen Mr. Bunny again. It was a sad day. No more Mr. Bunny. So, E-I-E-I-O. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Yep, Mr. Bunny. What are you going to do? So, the circle of life continues, though, because now I have 4 baby bunnies running around in that same area. Now, I don't know if he's going to be smart enough, these are going to be smart enough to stay, or if they're going to be a dumb bunny like Mr. Bunny was and go off into the yard and then, have to hightail it, across the street. So I just don't know. Yes, I have closure. He's out there somewhere. Dumb bunny. That's what my husband said. He goes, he got out there and found out there was some other cool bunnies out there with a little swish to their little bunny tail. I go, I hope so. I hope he found that instead of a dog. Oh, gosh. Now, here's some of that paper I was telling you. I had that cool texture on it. I have some left over. I think these are the only 2 pieces I have that are halfway decent. Maybe something like that. So now I open up my curtains and I longingly look out the window, hoping every morning that I open it up that the little bunny is going to be there taking his little bunny bath in the little dust bowl he created. But alas, he's not there no more. He's gone forever. There's a reason why they call them dumb bunnies. Are you guys familiar with that saying? Because I told my husband, that's why they call them dumb bunnies. And he says, I've never heard that before. I said, oh, I've heard that a lot. or maybe, maybe people in our family just thought we were dumb bunnies, and that's why they called us that. We were called that a lot when we were kids. Don't be such a dumb bunny. I go, okay, whatever. I don't even know what that means. but I know we were told that often enough. Don't be such a dumb bunny. That's right. He thought there was stuff happening over there. Little did he know, he does not have his little, beachfront property anymore. He can't sit there and watch the birds take a bath in the bird bath. He doesn't have like all these scrumptious weeds that we didn't mow just so he could eat them. You know what I'm saying? He had it made. I put different things out there for him they would munch on. No gratitude. No gratitude at all. Just one dumb bunny. Yeah, Elaine. That's right. I guess I had him longer than normal, right? And just like kids, what'd they do? They left the grandkids here. Went off to greener pasture and left the kids here for me to have to worry about. Figures. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. Okay. What else do we have here? Ooh, some more doors. Can never have enough doors. And hinges. Peggy. See, now you guys can have the headache instead of just me. Identify yourself. Who are you? Hands up against the wall. Oh, you won't believe. Oh, I'm glad I can't show you what this place looks like right now. Okay, my whole place here is in transition, and you know what that looks like, you guys, right? So this is what's happening over on the main house. Okay, my husband, way before I got into any of this, he's always been a book lover, and he collects books. You guys think you have books? You don't have books. Well, maybe Tammy, but nobody else has books. All right. I've had to clean out my pantry so there'd be shelves for his books. I've given up a whole thing over in the dining room for him to put his books. Over in the washroom that used to be a kitchen, but is now a washroom. So you can imagine how many the cabinetry in there, because it used to be a kitchen. I gave that all up to him. I had one little cabinet where I kept my cleaning supplies and everything. That was all his stuff, right? Books and books and more books. All right. So upstairs, which used to be my craft area, has been empty for like, what? How long have I been over here? Almost 3 years, maybe 2.5, 3 years. I've been over here in this studio, and now I don't know why, but I'm glad. He's decided that he wants to fix up upstairs, to organize all his books. He's going to put them together in categories, and he's got what do you call that? Collections of different things. To put those together, and the stuff that he's already had enough of, he's going to start selling his books, but he's got to get organized to do it. My husband's the type of person that's got to be like completely whatever way he envisions it. It's got to be that way before he starts. Okay, so So that's the goal of getting the stuff up there, right? Poor Peggy. I better put a little something extra in hers. She went through a lot to get that. Um, so um so so for him to get organized upstairs, that means all of my stuff that I didn't bring over here has to get out of there. Well, over here there's no place for anything to go, which means now I have to reorganize here so that there's room to put my stuff that is being kicked out of upstairs next door, right? So it's a mess. That's all I can say. It's an utter mess. And I told my husband, okay, I need to keep one table completely clean because that's where I'm putting all these kits together. So I had things strewn all over, all this stuff, printing everything, cutting everything up, getting the fabric, doing this, that, and the other, getting them all together, putting them in, getting them in the box. So now that translates into now I'm going to make a bigger mess because that's all done, all the kits and everything. So now I have to make like a bigger mess to like straighten up the mess. You know how that works. You have to like make a bigger mess to clean up a mess. So that's what my next few days are going to be. They're going to be crazy. Okay, I think I better start gluing because I'm getting too far ahead of myself. So yeah, so that's what's going to be happening over here. Trying to get that all done. Then, on top of that, I've almost finished editing my plaster class. So I didn't want to confuse things by releasing both things at the same time. So I wanted to do the kit first because the kit's time sensitive and there's a limited amount, right? Because we've got to, you got to get them in the mail so we can work on them. And I only have so many. But when it comes to the plaster class, well, there's no limit and there's no time limit. So I'll release that after I've got all the Kaboodle kits out, the August kits out. Then we'll talk more about the workshop because that can be taken anytime. So that's kind of the scoop of what's been going on over here. E-I-E-I-O. Maybe I don't want to put that there. It's too much the same size. Here we go. Oh, I got Peggy's interest. I don't know how many hours I'm going to have once I edit the whole thing, but it's going to be, quite a bit of content. I'm going to show you several techniques, several different products to use, what to do with those products. And we're going to make, how many did I already make? We're going to make, oh my gosh. See, that's the thing. When I do my my workshops, I kind of go to a little crazy and make too many. Let me see how many I've already made that's in the videos. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I've got 1, 2, 3. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So together, we're going to make 5 journals with different techniques. So that should be fun. Yeah, who is, oh. Oh, yeah, Mr. Bunny. Mr. Bunny was a dumb bunny. He was in the front yard where he should not have been. That is not the bunny safe zone. He was in the front yard. My dogs came around. He got startled, and he was a dumb bunny. He did not run back into the safe bunny zone. He decided to run across the street into this empty field, never to return. E-I-E-I-O. So, so I hope he's happy. I hope he found, a new family. But he left at least 3, maybe 4. I can't tell. At least 3 babies are here in the middle yard, in the safe zone yard. And see, that's why I didn't have kids, because I didn't want to be left with the grandkids. And what do I get left with? The grand bunnies. I've got the stinking grand bunnies here now. So, oh well. At least I can just throw them a carrot or something. Ooh, we can't see against that white, white on white on white. Yep. Deadbeat bunny. That's all I can say. Oh, Sue. Talk about a sick bunny. Sue, you're a sick bunny. Oh my gosh. Hey, Jennifer. We're doing a collage. I know you were on the list. I'm telling everybody to purchase. I don't want to rant again. My blood pressure is finally going down. We're doing the Kaboodle kit purchases through PayPal. And yeah, that's what we're doing through PayPal. That's a little crooked. $38. Oops, oh, I forgot. You're in Canada. The kit is $35. So we'll just do like we normally do. We'll start a pile for you. We'll just add it on to the next pile. So you just send me 35, because then we'll figure out your postage with all your other stuff. All right? And that'll cover you, girl. Missy Smarty Pants. Ooh, that's cool. I don't know what it is about me and rust. I haven't figured it out yet. Sometimes you can kind of figure where you got, an appreciation for something or whatever. I haven't figured out the rust thing with me at all. I don't see no real, correlation between that and anything else. So it's going to be one of those mysteries. I don't know why this door for some reason reminds me of the circus. Oh, wow. You know how when you get those flashes? I don't mean because of age, but inspiration. Wouldn't it be cool? I'm not going to do it because I can't stand it. But if Popo got this and then she'd have this open up and there'd be a creepy clown back there, what do you guys think? I think it would work. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do Visa. I think you can pay through Visa through PayPal. Ask Johnny. She knows everything about money. Johnny, can you buy? Yeah, can you do that? I don't know. Just go to PayPal. Do you have to have an account? That I don't know. Just, oh dear, I don't know. That's a good question. See, I like these questions I don't have answers for because it means I have to learn something new. See, that's another thing. That's how PayPal, I mean, that's how Etsy spoils you. You know, you don't have to think about it. People go over there and they can purchase almost anything. Okay, see, Jennifer, she uses it. So I think the answer is yes. I think the answer is yes. Very good. Thank you, Jennifer. Oops. If you're Canadian, I don't know what the postage will be. So the $38 is for US. I will, if you're Canadian and you wish to purchase, just send me, you got my email there. Just email me and I'll get you the exact amount with your address. And I think it's going to be, because that was 8, you know what? Oh, but it doesn't, they don't charge the same because Canada's so big. It's different prices, different places. Yeah. So if you email me with your address. What? Are you sure, Johnny? What is the $50.95 Canadian? What's that for? Oh, $38. Oh. But if you're Canadian, don't send me any money until we figure out what your postage will be, because you may not be happy with the postage, and then I'm going to have to refund you money because I know the postage is not going to be cheap. I already know that. So let me give you a quote on the postage before you purchase. Just send me an email. Yes, whatever Jennifer said. Jennifer knows. She's over there. She's one of my biggest supporters in Canada, so she knows. Ooh, that looks cool right there. Wonga wonga. I like that one. Yeah, because half of you guys know I don't know what I'm doing. That's the thing. Etsy spoils you. You just, put your picture in, put your price in, boom, boom, and they figure things out for you. Or you type it in, when you do your postage, and they figure it out. If I had to figure this stuff out, oh my gosh, I'd be out of business before I started. Hey, this is gonna look kind of cute, guys. Not as cute as Mr. Bunny, but kind of cute. Kind of cute. Oops. Oh, let me put some of this somewhere. Oh, don't you just love all these arches? Oh. Now, see, my first fantasy, I don't know how far back you guys can remember, if you can remember your first, like, I guess fantasy, for lack of a better word. And mine was a trip. Mine was not a psychedelic one, not that kind of a trip. Literally a trip. I always I always fantasized that I would have an extended, I don't know, it would be a vacate, not even a vacation. I don't know what it was, but it was going to be in Marrakesh, somewhere in Marrakesh. And I'm not sure what I was going to be doing, but I'm sure it was going to be legal. And I fantasized even then about import export, but I was thinking of, spices and textiles and, kind of sort of all the cool stuff I do in a little tiny way now. But I wanted to do it in a big way. And then I would imagine that I would go to the marketplaces where they had all of the spices and the wares and the brass and the copper and all that cool stuff. And I would go there early in the morning in the marketplaces to do the shopping, to fill all these wonderful orders that I would have from crazy people like us here in the United States. These wannabe travelers. But I would be one of the lucky ones that actually lived there and did this for a living. That was my fantasy. And then couple that with my love of architecture, then I always envisioned all of these. This is what I always saw. I envisioned my doorway into my, where I lived. And of course, it had to have arches. It had to have wrought iron. It was all hand engraved. Oh, it was a happening place. Let me tell you. Anybody would want to live there. And so that was sort of like what I always envisioned. So it's funny how, at least in my case, you have certain ideas or dreams or fantasies or whatever, and without even realizing, you might fulfill them, but in like tiny little ways. Like right now, what am I doing? I'm cutting out and gluing all the shapes that I love. Now, I may not be building it, I may not be living in it, I may not be designing it, but at least I get to play with it. And I still think that's still part of the fulfillment of your dreams. Even if it's in little tiny, tiny, tiny ways. So when you're like, in doldrums, for lack of a better word, self-pity mode, think about your dreams and how maybe in small ways you have accomplished them. Everything doesn't have to be like, smack you across the face and really live in Marrakesh and really go to the markets every day. It doesn't have to be that. It could be going to Amazon and buying little dingly bells. You know what I'm saying? And put them in a kit. That might be your dream, but in a little small way. Thinking big is sometimes overrated because then you don't look at the small things. Oh, yes, Budapest. Oh my gosh. See, yes, yes, yes. That would be like scrumptious. Scrumptious. And those are like my favorite colors. If you think of all those spices, Middle Eastern spices, those are my favorite colors. So there again, you can accomplish, maybe working with those colors. You think of the colors of rust, and then you think of those spices. Hello, they're all there. I don't like that white right there. I'll work with that later. Yeah, I'm happy now. I'm just patting the paper. I'm tasting the spices. Some are hot, some aren't. Some smell like body odor, like cumin. I mean, I'm telling you, I don't know who came up with cumin, but it smells like body odor to me. But it tastes good when you cook with it. How many cook with cumin? Who cooks with cumin and what do they make? And for you Latin people, comino. Who cooks with comino? Ooh, that looks kind of cool there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, I cook with turmeric, but yes, I've dyed with turmeric. It is really fun to work with. I made a paste with it, and it was fun to work with. I love my turmeric. Yes, ma'am. Oh, this is look. It looks like when you're gonna like, oh, I like this. I like this. I didn't mean to do that. That looks kind of freaky. I don't think I want that right there. I didn't realize the other half was right there. It's a little too close. A little too close. Let's put it down here somewhere. There we go. The side door to the circus. Oh, oh, oh. Susan, look, look. See this right here? I envision you creating these doors to open, and then there's a crazy clown in there. What do you think? Does it look like a crazy when you open it up? I think so. Has anybody answered my oh, Jennifer likes cumin. Does it smell like a body odor to you? It does to me. I'm sorry. Oh, Candy cooks a lot of Mexican food and she uses the turmeric. Yes, it tastes really good. I like it. Mm. Right, it comes out with orange, exactly. What? Oh, Hottie, she uses her kami. Okay, she uses it. So that's cool. You guys cook with it and you art with it. Fantastic. That's the best thing. So anyway, now the house I would live in, this is super cool now. Um, you'd walk in one of these doors, and a lot of the homes there to protect from the elements, when it's real hot or when there's windstorms, all kinds of stuff, and for privacy because most of these are right on the city streets. You walk in and it's open inside. You have a courtyard inside, and then you have your rooms on either side. So that was my all-time fantasy. I have all kinds of drawings. I've drawn all kinds of floor plans, and just for fun for myself. And all my floor plans has some kind of an opening, courtyard in the center behind a door, something like this. So from the outside, nobody has a clue anything about what's on the other side. And then when you walk in, you've got this beautiful courtyard and plants and fans on big long poles, and right in the middle a banana and a mango tree because it's open on the top, right? And yeah. See, I'm telling you all my secrets. What color do you get from cumin? Did you use brown? I didn't do anything. I've only cooked with the cumin. Me personally, I'm not sure if you're asking me or someone else. I've never done anything artsy with the cumin myself. But I'm sure it'd be like a dingy coffee color, I would think. I'm just guessing. I wasn't even thinking of the guys. Seriously. I mean, I was a little boy crazy, but when I envisioned all this, there wasn't even a guy there. It was like just full of stuff that I would get from the market. That's what I envisioned there. All the stuff. I guess I was slipping. I don't know. It wasn't part of the dream. Yeah, I've made the tea out of the turmeric too. And of course, most of this, yeah, the ginger's good. I like that tea, and it's really good for you. It's real good for you. We're getting there. Oh, don't get me with the bone broth now. My dogs will fight for that. You got to fight the dogs for that. Before all this isolation, we'd go down and get the bones from the local butcher. And the dogs got all that stuff. My husband would cook them up. Sometimes, well, he still does it with the chicken. After we're done with the chicken, he'll get the carcass and he'll boil it up and gives that to the dogs. The broth, that is. Not the carcass. The broth. Here's a cute door. Where's a cute one? See, I like turmeric on a lot of stuff. I like ginger on a lot of stuff. I like what else? I love curry. I'll throw curry on anything. Yummy. Now, during this, I haven't done it this summer. Well, I haven't done it because my husband can't eat them. But I used to make my own popsicles, and I'd make them with turmeric. I'd make them with ginger. I've made them with, oh man, everything. The people's favorite. I did it as a joke, but the joke was on me because it ended up being the most requested one. Was when I made it was cucumber and mint. Oh, question. Sorry. Yes. Who has a question? Curry does not smell like body odor. Cumin does. Don't start giving curry a bad name. Curry smells good. Goods and services and paying for kids. That's totally up to you. They take more money out they take more money out from me when it's goods and services. But if you don't know me, it's a good thing for you maybe do it the other way until you know that, I'm copacetic. Because then you have a recourse like to complain about me. If it's just friends and family, hey, we're just friends and family. You know what I'm saying? That's totally up to you. Whatever you feel comfortable. Whatever you feel comfortable. Look at that. How cool that looks. Yay! Don't forget, you guys, if you have not joined the Facebook group, every month I put a collage together, and it's this big thing. So I cut it up into like 4s, and then I put it in the group so that you guys can print it out if you would like it. Because I always do this after, I've already done all the kits. So it's just a little freebie for those that are in the group. And anyone can join the group. You don't have to buy the kits. Now, remember, you do not have to buy the kits to join the group. You can still go over to the group and, you know, get some inspiration. You can follow the tutorials when I do them, you know, when I do the lives, because you might have a lot of the stuff that we're playing around with. Or you might even create a whole different theme, but you might make a journal in the style that we're making the journal, not necessarily the theme. And you're more than welcome to come over and share that over in the group or get ideas, because everyone else, you know, posts pictures as they're making stuff. And then you can come and take advantage of the little freebie of the collage for the month. So don't be shy just because you're not purchasing. Ta-da! We're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, thank you, Elaine. They're fun to do. They're fun to do. And then I get to use up my little scraps that I got. Let's go like that. Doesn't look like the door anymore, so we could put that down there like that. Whoa. So it's been a real challenge. Those of you that know about my challenge and trying to find something interesting to cook for my husband, because he's slowly not being able to eat anything. But the good news is, when he got up this morning, his sugar was 89. So whatever the heck we're doing, it's working. Although, you know, it's getting to the point where the boy's not eating a great variety of anything, but, you know, it isn't like he's dwindling away or anything. Ooh, I love this one. Rosemary, are you selling leftovers anytime soon? Okay, with the Renaissance one, I had six journals. I took all of my leftovers and divided them, and they went with the journals so that they could use them. So I don't have any Renaissance leftovers at all. I do not have any more of the Frida leftovers. Those are all gone. What else have we done? I think I have a little bit of the industrial, some little leftovers of the industrial, I think. And I have some left. Well, I haven't sold my journals yet. I haven't put them up for sale. The what are those things called? Our blue ones. I already forgot the name. Oh my gosh, I'm going crazy here. I haven't put those up for sale yet. So after I do, then I'll have those leftovers. The cyanotype. There you go. Cyanotype. No, the email is Rusty Peacock. No, just Rusty Peacock. Yeah, I have some of the cyanotype left over. Let me look. I have cyanotype stuff left. And cyanotype. Let me look. Cyanotype. I have a little bit of the Asians. I have a little bit of Asian stuff, a little bit of cyanotype, and a little bit of the industrial. Those are the ones I have. That's what I got. Thank you, ladies, for helping me out there with in the chat there. I appreciate it very much. Because you know me. I know that's why you're helping, because you do know me. I get zoned right out of what's going on. Isn't that beautiful? Is it coming through as purple for you guys? It's a gorgeous, gorgeous purple. That is so pretty. Look at these, how cute. Oh, I don't want to cover up that purple. No, no, no. I don't want to cover that up. It's too cute. Too cute. Oh, Thai curry. Oh, so what I was saying about my husband. I distracted myself. There's this stuff. Oh dear, I just forgot the name of it. It's these noodles. You guys already know about it. It was new to me. It's these noodles that are made out of vegetables. And it's some kind of, I don't even know what the name of the vegetable is, to tell you the truth. But let me tell you, they're pretty tasty when you don't have any choice. When you don't have any choice, things start to taste pretty good. And so what I did the other day is what'd Jennifer do? Oh yeah, those chilies. Oh my gosh. So I had some shrimp. I had bought some shrimp. So far, it doesn't bother him at all. Doesn't do anything. So that's a good one. And we do like all different types of Asian cuisines of, different types. And so what I did is I got the shrimp. I got the coconut milk. I got some red curry paste. I got a couple of other spices thrown in there. And first I browned up, the spices, and then I added a little tiny bit of broth, some chicken broth, just a little bit, and then I put the coconut milk in there and got that all together and tasting good. And then I threw the shrimp in there. Then I threw those noodle things that are made out of something. No, they weren't zucchini. That's yummy though. I've made those too. No, it comes in a package. They're white. They're already looking like noodles. They're in a little bit of water. They're over in the produce department, in the refrigeration area over there. It's over wherever you buy your tofu, that's right next to it. At least wherever I shop, it's always next to the tofu. But anyway, so I got the noodles and I threw it in there with the shrimp, and cooked it down first before I cooked it down a little bit to thicken up uh, the sauce because I can't put any starch in there. So I just let it thicken up by reducing it a little bit, and then threw in all the other stuff. And my husband and I, we like a lot of cilantro, so we threw in. No, they're not rice noodles. No, he can't have rice noodles either. No, they're not soba. I got clowns. I can't think of what they are right now. And anyway, it was really good. It tasted just like one of those kinds of soups, that you get at the Asian restaurant. It was very, very tasty. Very tasty. So we'll be doing that again. That one was a winner, and his sugar didn't go up. So that can definitely stay on the to-do list. Yes, Candy. That's exactly what it is. Candy, bing, bing, bing. She wins the button. Yes, ma'am. So any of you ladies or your hubbies, have to be watching your sugar, and you can't be having a lot of the, it tastes really good. I did it another time. I cooked them with, I tried because they're really they're not, yeah, they're a little mushy. So it's kind of hard to use them as like spaghetti or anything. Well, my husband can't have spaghetti sauce either because he can't have the tomatoes. Because that makes his sugar just skyrocket. So he can't do that. But I did do it with olive oil and garlic and pesto. And I think that time I had shrimp too. I threw some shrimp in there. That was pretty tasty. That worked. And it didn't make your sugar go up at all. So there are things you can do. It's just you got to take the time and, um, they don't have an odor to me. But I did wash them out. I did. I just put them on a little colander and ran them through a little real quick. So I'm going to try and make pad thai noodles with them next time. Because we've had him twice, and now I know it doesn't do anything to him. So I'm going to try making pad thai noodles. See how that works. Oh, it's from the yam. Okay. See, I didn't even know what it was made from. All I know is that it was a vegetable. Well, now that you say it's the yam, that surprises me because he can't eat yams. You did say yam, right? Yeah, he can't. The yams, shoo, makes his numbers skyrocket. When you think of yams, they taste so sweet, right? They're just all sugar. I'll have to look that up. I'm really surprised if that is from the yam, the one that I'm getting anyway. And he's happy with his Rebel ice cream. It doesn't make his sugar go up because it's made with the monk fruit. He can't have any other kind of sweetener. The stevia, all that other kind of stuff makes his sugar go up, but the monk fruit doesn't. So that's been a winner for us. I know everybody's different. I better double check what I'm eating because if what you guys are talking about is what I'm giving him, that's really weird because he can't eat those things. So I'm gonna have to check that package next time I get them and see exactly what I'm giving him. Oh my gosh. Voodoo even. Yes, he said I'm going to end up with a cookbook. I know, huh? Yeah, the name of mine is going to be Keto, No Can Duo. We tried cooking the stuff and he can't eat any of that stuff because most of that stuff still has, you know, um, vegetables and stuff that just turn into sugar in his body. So that was a bust. We got all excited. Oh, good. We'll just get this and get a cookbook with keto diet and all will be well with the world. No. His sugars are then. Yeah, most of the root vegetables, they're carbohydrates. That's all they are, basically. He can't have onions. He can't have um, uh, everything in the ground. He can't have any of them. They just turn into sugar. A lot of the legumes, those are all 100% carbohydrate. He can't have those. About the only kind of vegetables he can have are the really, really like dark green. If it's dark green, it probably doesn't have any starch in it. He can have those. But if it has any pretty colors, sugar. Sugar. Now, yams don't have pretty colors, but you all know you just stick them in the oven and that all that stuff that comes gushing out is sugar, natural sugar. Carrots, you know, they taste sweet when you cook them. Sugar. And of course, you know, potatoes, 100% sugar, starch, you know. I love onions. Yeah, exactly. That's about it. That's about it, Peggy. He can have as much kale, he can have spinach, he can have broccoli. Um, he can eat cauliflower. That doesn't bother him at all. Brussels sprouts, cabbage. What else? Uh, yeah, lettuce. But there's hardly no dressing he can have. You read every content of dressing. It's all got sugar. Cane sugar. Every single dressing out there. So we just get some olive oil and some garlic and a little bit of homemade pesto and kind of throw it all together. And that's his dressing. Sarah, I still have yours. I still have yours from July, girl. I'm going to mail those puppies to you. Oh, that is cute. Yeah. I miss my buddy Sarah. Sarah just lives across the river from me. We don't get to be with each other no more. Her husband's not well. My husband has a condition. Sarah, maybe we'll have to meet up in Casablanca somewhere. With all the heat over there, maybe the COVID will be dead in the desert. Kale Caesar salad. Oh, I don't like kale raw. It tastes too much like paper. I like it cooked. You know, I like to put it in soups and things like that. I can handle it that way. I just don't like it raw. Woohoo! This is going to look pretty cool, guys. I joined the Facebook group just to get this. Oh, I need to put this up here. Hey, Miss Peachy Girl's here. I'm Miss Glue Girl here. That's all I'm doing. Almost done, ladies. I'll have this in there sometime tonight. I just got to scan it. Sometime before midnight. Sometime before midnight. Trash night tonight. My husband and I have this running joke that, you know, it seems like 2 or 3 days have gone by and it's trash day again. And I told him we're gonna die like super fast because because before you know it, trash day is here again. And then they were talking about maybe picking up the trash every other week. And so it became like one of those, do you gain an hour or lose an hour? I was thinking, okay, does that mean our life is going to be twice as long because it's every other week, or is it twice as fast? You know what I mean? Is it going to seem longer or shorter? We couldn't figure out if it was a good thing or a bad thing as far as, you know, relating to, you know, how long we're going to live. And I said, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I was giving myself a headache trying to figure it out. Oh my gosh, the things we worry about. Do we gain a week? Do we lose a week? What does that mean for us? Well, that's true, Sarah. But you know, like they say, it's a dry heat. You know how the Arizona people say, but it's a dry heat. I think in Casablanca it's a dry heat. And I hear that if you get a camel to spit on you, it's sort of like an antivirus kind of thing. And you know how much those camels love to spit. That's deep, Lori. The hole I'm digging myself into. No, but really, am I gonna? Do I gain or lose? See, I don't know. It's like, do you gain an hour? Do you lose an hour? So am I gonna gain a week or am I gonna lose a week? See, these are the kind of things that keep me up at night. So I told my husband, you know the guy. Go tell him. Don't do that. It's totally messing up. It's totally messing up with our heads. Well, now I cut that too short. I got to put a little gap in there or something. We'll do that later. Let's just glue this down now. Yeah. I did say spit. Camels are very famous for spitting. That's just what they do. I mean, don't judge them. That's just what they do. So I figure, hey, we could go down there and maybe get a little spit action. I mean, I'm just thinking, just thinking on top of head here. Whoa. Yes, they're spitters. They love to spit. Okay, this is very, very busy, and this is not. So I need to fill in a few little places here. Oh, that looks kind of cool. Looks like the top to the doorknob. No, it's not dry heat here, that's for sure. That's why I figure in Casablanca it might work. Between the dry heat and the camel spit, we might be in action. But, I'm just thinking out loud. Oh, and this one here. Oh, no, it wasn't this one. Never mind. Wrong one. But I should use this. I haven't used this one. No, they don't lower the price, that's for sure. We've had issues in this town from day one because I guess there was some kind of a federal cleanup ordinance of some kind that had to do with the sewer system and the water system, and I don't know all the particulars because this all came down before we even moved here. But now we're dealing with the ramifications of it because now we've got to pay for it to get it fixed, or else the feds are going to come and get us. So our bill just keeps creeping up and up and up. But my husband, the researcher that he is, he says cities our size on the average pay a lot more than we do. So I guess we need to just, oh well, be thankful we're not in the other cities, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Alrighty. I think this looks kind of cool, guys. Nope, don't live in Portland. Well, do they even pick up trash with everything that's going on in the streets in Portland right now? How do the trash guys get there? Let me see. Do I have a spot I need to fill? Let me look up on the monitor. Sometimes you can see things differently when, oh, see, I didn't see that big gap. Look at that big gap. And I didn't see that when I was just here playing. Very cool. That looks a little gaping hole right there. Let's put something there. Okay. I think it's done. What do you guys think? I have. Sarah, good for you. The only reason I keep, well, I shouldn't say only reason. One of the reasons I keep a close eye on the news because I have so many friends all over the place. Because I've lived all over the place. So I've got friends everywhere. And, I like to know what's going on in their back door so that, when they tell me talk about their situation, I already am a little knowledgeable about what's going on with them. I guess that's what happens when you've lived too many places. You kind of start to identify with the different places. Yes, I have friends there. What's going on? All right. I think we're going to call this little puppy done. I didn't end up putting this because I didn't like the white. I didn't want to cut it. It was kind of big. Maybe it should go somewhere. I'll decide before I scan it. I'll figure out if I'm gonna put that on there or not. But I think it looks pretty cool. Yay! Just color. Oh, see, that's a smart I see. That's what I need you guys for. That's all I need to do. I was being too lazy. Where should I put it? That's a see? See? I didn't think of that. I was thinking about being lazy. Okay, now maybe now I won't have a place to put it. Because it's so big. Maybe around there somewhere? That might look kind of cool right there. How about right there? That might work. And then I'll just color it in like that's colored in. Ta-da! Hello! Oh, but that'll be too matchy-matchy because it's over there. So let's put it over here somewhere. How about right here? Yeah, because I don't want it all matchy-matchy with that one. You know, I have issues with matchy-matchy stuff. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Alrighty. So does it go that way or that way? It goes that way. So after next door is not in a total chaos from everything being torn apart, I'll have to take some pictures to show you that without really thinking all that much about it consciously, my whole house is decorated with doors. It may sound funny, but I just realized that I think in every room I have some kind of decoration that is a door. Let me think. I think it is every room. Yep, every single room. I did not realize that till the other day. Maybe a little something right here. Let's see if we can put there. Maybe a little green one. All right. I think so. Oops. Okay, give me a second, people, and then I'll look up. I haven't looked up in a while. Okay, I do believe it's there's a little gaping hole right there. I was gonna say we were done, but let's put the bottom part of that door. Yeah. Was that the top part? No, I don't remember. Oh, it doesn't matter. Does it matter? Let's see. It does matter. See, stupid stuff like that matters to me. That didn't go there. Did that go here? No. Huh. Oh, well. Okay, we're going to wing it. See, stupid stuff like that bugs me. Like, does it go up or does it go down? Is that the stairs or is that the top part? I guess because it's architecture, it drives me a little cuckoo. But anyway, we're going to do it this way. Just because I say so. And if you guys think it's upside down, well, too bad. Turn it upside down when you print it. Alrighty, I'm happy. Okay, what are we talking about? Uh-oh, somebody's going to bed. Good night, Laurie. Oh, Peggy. Peggy's leaving. Sorry, wrong person. Thank you for coming by, Peggy. Thank you for helping. Poor Sarah. Sarah, what are you talking about? You've always been like that. That's nothing new. See, Sarah's trying to make excuses when Sarah's always been like that. Sarah always says the cutest things. And, you know, to people that don't know her, they probably go, what? But those of us that know and love her, we just go, oh, well, that's Sarah. She's so cute. Hi, just Sarah. She's so cute. Okay, so we'll play with this stuff when we do the tutorial together next month. That comes so fast. We'll have plenty of stuff to play with. That's for sure. Oh, thank you, Darla. Thank you so much. Now, there's a book out there. Okay, there's a book out there that has a bunch of doors. I can't make copies of those because the book has copyright. But all the pictures in the book are copyright pictures. So if you go hunting, you can find all of those pictures, you know, on different sites. But if you just want to use the book and not make copies, then the book is pretty cool to get. I'll show you the book in a second. I know some of you, I think, already have it or have other stuff by the same lady. I know Colleen has several of her books. I only have the one with the doors. Because I'm the door person. Oh, I didn't use any of these. You know, I know, I repeat myself all the time. I love architecture. So these, I just love these. And these have floor plans. Someday I want to do a journal just with floor plans. I think that'd be so cool. I mean, not as a kit, but, you know, just for me, because I know that's not for everybody. I know doors, that appeals to most people. Floor plans, I don't think so much to the average person. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Look at these doors. Woohoo! That came out of a magazine. Okay, so let's these here. I have a box over here with all my stuff just for my doors. Try to stay organized. Let me show you that book. And see, even though I like the book and I like, you know, I like it, but there's a lot of them that are small like this. And the way I was using it, you know, it just wasn't really practical. I cut one of the pages up. Then I realized it was all too small for what I was doing. There are larger ones in here. Oh, let me see. Here she is. Catherine Anderson. And like I said, almost everything in here you can find free. But it's nice to have it all in one place. So but me, you know, I had to make oodles of copies, right? And I couldn't get any copies out of here, so I had to go on the hunt. But oh, it's upside down. But for your personal purposes, this might be perfect. Although I don't like using gloss. That's glossy, and I don't like gluing stuff like this down. I'm not sure why I bought this. Well, I just like looking at the pictures. I'll look at the pictures. I probably won't ever use it because of the things I just said. And the back side is just the same thing in reverse. So if you want to open the doors, it's on the back side too. That's a nice feature. I like that. And for me, I mean, it may sound silly, but when I'm doing the doors and stuff like that, I don't like this crisp look. It doesn't look, I don't know. It's not the look I'm looking for. These are like pictures, and I like more, what am I trying to say? To have it look more like a drawing or an illustration or something like that. But these are just like too perfect. I know, I'm weird. Most people, that's what they want. I have to be different. You can't make copies of this. This is, I don't think you can. Well, I'm not gonna get into copyright. I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not gonna get into that. That's another issue for someone else on another day. Ooh, I love those colors. See those arches? I just love the arches. Oh, I love that one. Oh, see? Why? Hello, the rust. See, these are pretty, but they're too clean. But the rusty one, woohoo! I like that one. Okay, so now these are smaller ones, like the ones I cut up. I think they're the same doors, they're just small as the big ones that we just saw. Just in smaller form. That's it. I don't remember what this cost. I really don't remember. And I don't remember where, oh, no, no price. No. I don't remember. But anyway. Oh, let me put these over here in case I want to glue. I should have glued these down. No, but then they're too shiny. No, thank you. Okay, next. Okay. Anyway, so I really like these. This might be a personal, future personal journal that I make. But when I say personal, I mean just one of a kind. I sell it. I don't keep any of my journals. The only ones I keep are my glue books because I don't journal. I just like making journals. I love making journals, but you know, I don't use them. So I make what I like and then I sell them. So what's next on the agenda? Let me see. What are you guys talking about? Oh, yeah, that's true. I always forget about the clear gesso. I always forget that. That's right. I don't know why, and I have some. It isn't like I have to go buy it. All right. What was I going to? I forget what I was going to show you guys. I was going to show you guys something. Yeah. Yeah. So, like I said, I'll scan this. And for those of you that got here later, I'll just show real quick what we're going to be making or what we can make. With the little kit. This one just shows that you can use the prints to do an image transfer. That's what this is. And you're going to get a small piece of a plastered cotton. And that's what I did the transfer on, was a piece of the plastered cotton. So that's how that looks. And then inside this has more of the plastered fabrics and a bunch of mixed media papers. So this would be more like a an art journal for you, whoever ends up with that. This is the same. This is just glued down onto the board. And again, this has a bunch of mixed media and plaster fabric and all that kind of good stuff to be used in whichever way. So we've done all these kinds of stitches before. We've done the transfer before. We've done that in other kits. So you guys already know how to do that stuff, but it's just showing you a possibility of what you can do with it. But what we are going to learn how to do together. Rosemary, which medium do you use for that? On that particular one, I think I just used Mod Podge. I think that's all I used because I don't have the like the golden medium and stuff like that most people use. I don't even have any. So what we're gonna do with our goodies is we're gonna make something like this. It may not be as chunky depending on how chunky you want yours. You may just want to have one signature, but this is just an example of what I did with some of the printouts. These are not, pages are not complete so that we can work on them together also. But it just shows how you could maybe make the front. Here are some of, this is all put on cardboard. And we're going to be using book covers that I've torn apart. Each kit has 3 in there so that you can use them and maybe inspire yourself to maybe cut a book or 2 of your own for those of you that are a little squeamish. And this cardboard that I used, this is the dividers that come in the boxes, the liquor boxes that have the larger bottles of liquor, like the wine bottles and things like that. And those are the dividers that come in there. So if you ever run across those are really good for pages and for nice sturdy tags too. They're really good. And you can see here it's just the cardboard, right? I haven't finished that yet. And as you've seen, this right here, this is the same printout, but all I've done is we'll come in with some of our paints and we'll try to match a little bit what is on the printout and kind of blend it in to kind of fuse it into our cardboard as opposed to just, instead of just sitting on top of it like this one is. And those of you that have bought other kits, I'm sure you got leftovers because you know how much junk I put in there. I'm using some of the leftovers, like this is from the industrial kit. One of the papers that we went and boiled up, I had some left over. So I threw that in there. And this is part of a book. Some of them might cut them small. So you'd have different sizes. This was left over for last month's kit. Little pocket. Haven't put nothing in there yet. Now there's 2. Let's see, where was it? 2 signatures. This starts the second signature. Here's a little pocket. Another book cover. So what I did is I put it on the cardboard first, cut it out, and then glued it onto the book cover. And the other side of the craft text. And as I mentioned before, back here is a small little journal. If I had to do it over again, I would put the small journal in between the 2 signatures so that it would lay flat instead of, back here on the back. You almost have to like put something there to be able to open it up. I mean, it works, but it would work better if it was in the center. So for those of you that like to get ahead of ourselves, Colleen, I'm just saying it works better if you put it in the center than if you put it in the back. So that's what we're going to be doing together. And then just a real quickie, for those of you who haven't seen, I'm putting together a plaster workshop, an online plaster workshop. I've got the journals done. I'll show you really quick. I'll probably be releasing that, I'm guessing, to the 1st or the middle of August. I'm still doing editing. It was way too much. I was too optimistic on how quickly I could get things done. I had too many things to do. So, so this is what we're gonna learn how to do. Whoops, this one's already been made. This and that. And what else? I guess that's it. Oopsie. Okay. a little drink of my juice. That storm never came. In a way, I'm kind of disappointed. I was hoping it would cool things down. Okay. So the first one we show is it's a hard, of course, well, they're plaster. Of course, they're hardback. Anyway, I'm getting a little ditzy here, more than usual. Anyway, so in the workshop, we literally make this from beginning to end, and this one has our fabrics and laces and cottons, all kinds of cool stuff that we plastered, and then and we make the plaster book. So we make that one, and then this one we make also. At first, when I first started filming, I was just going to show how to alter the cover, and then that way they're going to be made pretty much the same in size. I was just going to show how to alter the cover, but then I decided to do all this craziness, and so we ended up doing the whole thing. We ended up doing the whole thing. So that's all done in the class. This journal, and this we show how this, because this one's just showing how to do it with the plaster, and this one is highlighting how to do stamp work with the plaster. That's what this pretty much highlights. And then this is all plastered fabric. Then on this one, we're showing how to work with stencils with your plaster, and that's how this is done. And putting some of the wire across here. I haven't decorated anything here. I'm not sure if I'm going to, because it was just basically to show how to do it. When I start putting too much stuff on it, then you can't actually see what we're doing. So we'll learn to do that. And then this is just filled with craft paper that I put plaster on top of the craft paper. So just trying to show little different types of bindings that you can do with different materials. And then this one is also stamped, and we did this with a plant, one of my plants outside. So we go through how we do this and how we do the different colors and how we do the texture. And then I just filled it with some of the plastered papers that we did, and some of the eco dyed papers that I have. So if you think this is something you might be interested in, I'll probably have this. Ooh, it's nothing but white everywhere. Probably, because what's the date? Yeah, probably toward the beginning of August, I would say, because I still have 2 more videos that I'm editing, and we're also I'll show how we do these with the plaster. I'm not going to be able to see these very well because white on white. And I still have to put a couple of these on a journal to show how we use them. So I still have to do that and film that and edit that. So, but I'll show how we make these and how we use them, basically. So, I still have work to do. And this was one that we don't do this one in the workshop because I'd already done this before. But this also is, a plaster cover. And then this came out of a vintage um, photo album, and then the glove. So I love working in these. I mean, these aren't worked in because they're going to be for sale, but um, I have some that I work in. I enjoy working with that. Okay, let me look. Let me see. um, Plaster is extremely absorbent. It's extremely dry. It sucks everything up. So what we do before we work in it, you can put clear gesso on it. You can put regular gesso, whatever you want to do, only if you don't like the look. Like I like to work with it also just plain with no, not sealed at all, because obviously it's going to suck everything up. It goes into the nooks and the crannies, and it looks like super cool because you know me, I like the old cracked up look, right? So it's perfect for how I like to work with it. It gives a whole different dimension. But if you're literally going to want to write on it, which you can, um, I would seal it first um, with clear, some kind of a matte medium of some kind. Yeah. If you remember. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So it's dry. Let me get these out of the way now. Okay, what else? I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to remind you guys or tell you guys or something. I'll be right back. I think it was last week, maybe. I got my days confused. I was telling you about those little houses that I made. And in tearing up my place, I found that I had some way behind something else. Let me get this plaster out of here. So even though these don't, I don't think these have little doors. They are little houses, though, that I made. I thought they came out kind of cute, little bird houses. And then a little birdie thingamajigger, and a little birdie card. Uh-oh, two birdie cards. And a little bird. Oh, that has a cute little bird stamp. It's funny. I don't know how it is with you guys, but you make something, and when you haven't seen it in a long time, and then you see it and you go, hey, that's kind of cute. Even if you made it yourself. I didn't even know I had those back there. Like, hey, those were kind of cute. You remember them, Darla? Oh, this was like, what, a year ago or more, maybe? Oh, hold on. I think I got plaster in my eyes. Forgot to wipe my hands, and that plaster on the ones that were molded, they haven't been sealed so that the stuff came off. Where's my other ones? Oh. Those are, did I find I don't think I found stamps for all of them, did I? I don't remember. I'm not going to pretend to remember. But there's a little stamp. I think those are like penguins. Yeah, a little birdie house, and on the back, it's a postage stamp. And I think they're little, they look like little penguins. Yeah, you guys have good memories. Oh, that one doesn't have a stamp in the back. Okay, so I think what we're going to do, for all you loyal people, we're going to do some kind of a giveaway. We have 6 of them. If you purchased a kit, I'll just, I'll throw it in your package with the kit. If you didn't buy a kit, you can still get it, but it'll be obviously sent separate from your kit. So now we got to think of what the game's going to be. Because let's think real hard. Oh, I don't have it up yet, Lisa, for the class. I'm not going to have it done for a couple of more weeks. So stay tuned. Yeah, it's yeah. It's not done yet. It's taking me so much longer than I thought it would. Oh. Yeah. No, yeah, like Darla says, it hasn't been released yet. I forgot the right word. It has not been released yet. And it'll probably be maybe like the second week of August, around there. So, okay, so let's figure out how we're going to do this. How many's here? We got 43. Okay, let's see. Okay. I got to think. Let me think. I was going to ask questions about stuff we talked about, but I don't know if you guys have been here the whole time. So I don't know if that's fair or not fair. I was going to ask questions about stuff I said. And so it'd be testing your memory. Let's see. Maybe I need another drink. Bunny numbers. Add numbers. Too cliche. No numbers. What's the fun in writing a number down? I can't laugh at you. I want to be able to laugh at you and go, ha, 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 that's wrong. Okay. I'm going to write it down. I got to get where you can't see because there's tricky people out there who can figure out what I'm typing. I know. Oh. Gosh, now I can't even think of anything. I yacked for how many hours and I can't think of letters. That's funny. Okay, I got a question. I have a question. And we're not going to argue about the answer. It's what I say is the answer. So don't start. Okay, I'm going to put it up. Watch for the lag. First right answer. It's a paper. Okay, calm down, everybody. Let me see who got it first. Lisa got it. 4. Not that it matters, but did you buy something, Lisa, so I can say to put it in the package or not? Let me know. Okay. Let's put some of these back here. Okay, I'll put it in your kit. Thank you. That in the kit. Let me think of the next question. Oh, I already know what it's going to be. Aha. Okay. Before I forget, I better type it in. No, I'll forget. Let me read and see if it makes sense. Okie dokie. I'm typing it in the chat. Watch for the lag. Watch for the answer. One answer only, not what other people said. Remember, there was a conversation. It's what I said. All right, here we go. Okay, Patricia's got it. Yay, Patricia! Ah! Okay, let me think. I got to think now. Hey, Cheryl. And please, if you win, only one entry. If you've won, please give a chance for the other ladies to win. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I'm thinking. Good night, Lisa. All right, let's see. Okay, I got the question. We talked about it. Yay, Darla! Darla got it. It's books. He collected books before I collected books. But I like the cumin one. I kind of like that. Okay, let me think. Let me think. Um, okay, this is going to go on real memory because I don't. Oh, yeah, that's right, Janice. You are 100% right. You get half a point for that. Let me think. No, I won't ask that because that's, yeah. Let's just deal with tonight. Oh, this is easy but kind of tricky at the same time. So beware. You guys are probably gonna get mad at me. It's a stupid question, but I can't think of anything. It's a stupid game, right? Okay, here we go. Because I'm trying to think of things we talked about. Yay! Elaine got it. Yay, Elaine! Oh. Okay, we got two more. We got two more. Okay, let's see. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see here. Let me think. Let me think. Oops, I hear our dog's out there. Speaking of trash, he's probably wheeling it out. My husband has a habit. He likes to wheel it out late. I said, you're going to scare the neighbors. You're going to scare the neighbors wheeling that stuff out there. And then he's probably going to knock right now. Do I have all your trash? Yes, you have all my trash. I already put it in the trash can. Aha! No, I didn't give a specific thing for that. Okay. I can't think. Wait. I can't think. Like, you can't think of things when you have to. That was ridiculous. We talked about oodles of stuff. Okay, I know. Wait a minute. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Uh, okay. You guys ready? Are we ready? Here we go. Darlene! Yay, Darlene! See, it pays to listen to stupid stuff. Let's see. Okay, Miss Darlene, we got one to go. Woohoo! That sounds so funny reading it back. Kathleen, refresh. You'll see that Elaine's trash came before your garbage. Yeah, you always see your own first, no matter where you are in the line. Like when it came to the trash one, where's the question? The trash one, yeah, it was Elaine, Kathleen, Jennifer. Oh, Jennifer had to put plaster in there too. Then Kathleen. Oh, then Kathleen just said, never mind. So yeah. Okay, we got one last. Yeah, no difference in my mind between garbage and trash when it came to this question anyway. Yeah, exactly. You're always going to be first. That's why I hate going to sales. Because you get all happy, woo, and then they call your name out like number 15 and you think you're number 1 and you're not. So that's just the way YouTube likes to mess with you. All right. Okay, last question. I'm trying to think if it should be easy or hard because I think they're all kind of easy. You guys are getting them all. Let me think. No, I can't answer that because no, never mind. Okay. Another dumb question, but you guys will know the answer if you know me. Whoops. Now, read the question carefully. Oh, to give the correct answer. No, you're not blocked, Kathleen. I see you. I see you. I see you on all of them, but you're just not on the top. Okay, you guys ready? Read it carefully. I love Lynn's default. Okay, Donna gets it. Bing, 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 bing. Oh my God. Donna Davis. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, that was fun. That was fun for me anyway. I get to laugh at you guys. Or you make me laugh. Whatever. However you want to look at it. How can you win when you give the dumb answers? That makes you a winner. You were the cool girl in the group. You had the cool answers. Oh my gosh. I'm just thinking of all the mess I have to clean up tomorrow or continue to clean up. Ugh. Oh well. All right, ladies. Do you have any questions? Do you have any suggestions? Do you have any request? I already wrote down some requests for future kits. Last week you guys gave me a little list, and that was helpful. It's just been a little just a little more of a challenge, trying to find interesting things and not get around and find them. Find other resources. To find interesting stuff, to put the kits together. But I kind of like it because it's kind of challenging, I don't know how well this is going to work the way I did this, but whoops. It's still kind of cute though. Good night. Oh, you guys are buffering some people, or yes, no, maybe. Oh, Prohibition. Like Bonnie and Clyde type of thing. They were bootleggers, right? Weren't they? Or am I wrong? Thank you for coming. Thank you for participating. No booze. What do you mean no booze? Yes, Janice, that is like really my favorite. You guys already know why. That's my favorite. What's been difficult is finding enough interesting stuff that I can make copies of. See, I have some stuff, but there's things I can't make copies of. Wasn't what Prohibition. Yeah. Yeah, but Bonnie and Clyde were involved in that because of the Prohibition. That's how they started off with bootleggers, and then they started using guns. Yeah, that was Prohibition. Maybe I misunderstood what you were emphasizing. Yeah, Colleen, we did. No booze. I don't know why she keeps saying no booze. I'm not drinking. Goodbye. Thank you for coming. Um, yeah, that was all during the same time. No horns. Oh no. So you're thinking more like the Great Gatsby time. That was during Prohibition. All that time period. But I like the spice route. I did I don't know how many of you were around then, but I did a whole sale specifically just about that. So some of you guys have that stuff that I sold that had to do with all that trade route. Bank robbers, man, we don't need to do bank robbers. I still want to know what the no horns is all about. See, Darla still has her stuff. Right. Silk Road. Oh, Sarah's got a nice idea. Yeah, they were. They were. I was just trying to think about the time period. What's with the no horns? I love maps too. Oh no. The one I like, I haven't. I've kept it just because I like just looking at it. I have all the rest I sold, but this one I kept just because I like to look at her. This was the one about the women from Africa, and you know, I kept her. I'm not gonna keep her forever, but I've kept her so I could pet on her, look at her. Oh, okay. I get it now. I was like, what? Maybe she needs to exercise or something. Maybe she needs to exercise. Anyway, last year I made a bunch of these and sold these, and this I just there's just some journals I just love making and would not mind making oodles of them, and this is one of them. This are my Asian ones. If I could just make these and the Asian ones, I'd be happy. I wouldn't be complaining like, oh no, I have to do that again. And this was um little tassel thing or something. Whenever it goes to a new home, it'll have a tassel. It could be a tassel, a bookmark, whatever you want to use it for. And then I just put a bunch of my grungy papers in here. Of course, that's what I do with all my journals. I put my grungy stuff and my eco prints. And then just little doodads here and there. And then some pieces of either my African fabrics that I have or some of the little pieces of Cantha quilt. And so with her, I haven't put the girls' pictures in here yet. I've just concentrated most on her. I have them back here in my little packet. So I think one day I'll come back and I don't know if I'll distribute them in through the journal or just leave them in the back for the new owner. I'm not sure yet what I'll do, but I'll show them to you. It was a little card somebody had given me. I thought it looked cute. Put that in there. But those of you that got my journals before, you know I do all the basic stuff for you, and then I give you a bunch of ephemera along with the, the subject matter, the theme, so that you can, make it your own. But I do include the ephemera because sometimes you guys can't find it, or you don't know where to find it, or you don't want to look for it, whatever the case may be. And then this has some little pieces of handmade papers that you could tear out and use in the book. Some more handmade paper. And some of the mud cloth from Africa. I hand stamped those. Little piece of my wrist fabric. Some handmade paper. Some more wrist, handmade paper. And then this is what some of the stuff I put in the other journals so people could play with it. Just some more pieces of grungy papers if you want to do some collage work. And some more pieces of collage papers to play with. And I just like this paper. That was cool paper. And then, isn't this cute? Little mini file folders. There's another one. I'm going to get some more ladies and put the ladies in there. I put them all in the last one. I pulled some of the ladies out of here and put them in the last journal that I sold of this kind. So I have to replenish the ladies. So those are all just little fun stuff to play with. Ah. Oops. Oopsie. And so I'm gonna get. I think I'm going to find some more ladies and put some more ladies in there, and put a few little more pieces of my African fabrics. I'll put a few more little pieces in there, and maybe she needs to find a new home already. I've had her for, oh my goodness, almost a year. Oh, and these little beads, I made these little beads out of the African fabric too. That was fun. Oh, I've pet her for a year already. I think she's getting tired of me. I think she's getting really tired of me. And then I have this one that I really enjoyed making. This one I did. I made one for a friend. I made one for two friends, and then kept me one. I pet this one every once in a while too. This one was probably about a year ago. Also, no, maybe this is a little bit longer. This might be ready to be finding a new home too, because I've had this one probably maybe more than a year, maybe a year and a half. At least a year and a half. I'll have to ask Renee because I gave Renee one. She would know. Anyway, so the way I made this book was sort of like if you were looking through somebody's, like, their photo album or something. That was kind of the feel for it. So it just has a lot of just little goofy stuff in here so that you can write on. And then it has a bunch of pictures that I put their names on it. So they would be like old family members, and they had their names written on there. So that's Beatrice. And then in my storyline, these fabrics are fabrics from different clothing from different members of the family. And so they kept little pieces of them as part of the memories in their books. So this is Booker and Ruth. And so what I did is I looked up what names during the time period that these pictures would have been taken, and saw what the common name was for people then. And so that's how I came up with their names. And this is Elgin and Priscilla. This is their wedding picture. And there's a place to write. So you can write about what happened at the wedding. What Aunt Susie did when she drank too much. Okay. So this is Hardy and Aura Beth. This is their wedding picture. Isn't she pretty? She's probably got some stories about the boys she left behind crying. And they were in the wedding. Look at the little flowers they're holding. This is Leticia and Bernal. And then a little card to write in. And here is some documents of births. And so that needs to be filled out when the kids come, grandkids. And then some more area for documenting the different photographs. And this is from some auntie's dress. You know that came from some auntie's dress right here. And so this is Tully and Erlene. Very simple wedding. I think this was one of those, you know, weddings when they were a little older, maybe. You know, not teenagers. They look like they're like adults. Oh, and then what about the prom? Hello. Some more clothing pieces, parts, and just some places to write notes about the family. Gossip, gossip, gossip. More fabric. And this is Gardner and Flora. Look at that wedding. She got some bucks in that dress. And then this is just a little journal. Maybe write down who gave you what gifts at the wedding. Oh, this is my all-time favorite picture. Look at that. If that isn't a pretty bride and dress, I don't know what is. More fabric. This is Doyle and Violet May. Best wishes. That came on one of their wedding presents. And there you go. So anyway, I gave this, I made 3, I believe. I can't remember if I made 3 or 4. For sure I made 3. Can't remember if I gave away 2 or gave away 3. Anyway. And I love that picture. It's outside of a barn. I think that's so cool. Oh, and you know how long ago I made this. That's before I even knew what this stuff was. I was just using it like, you know, like paper. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. What else? I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else. I'm going to be putting up the cyanotypes in my shop, the little journals I made. I haven't put those up there yet. So a couple of days I'll put those. Put something. Good night. Yeah, I was using it like paper. I didn't know it was valuable. I didn't know it was hard to come by. I just knew I liked it. So there I am gluing it on everything. Well, ladies, it is already 10:30. So I've been yakking enough. And I got to go make sure that Mr. Morris remembered to put the trash out. Another week closer to death. Good night, Elaine. Yeah, I think we weathered the storms. They did not show up, which I guess is kind of good. But I wish it at least rained to cool stuff down. Oh well, our loss. Okay, ladies, I am going to let you go. I'm going to scan the collage and I'll have it in there sometime tonight in the Facebook group. And then I'm going to post in the Facebook group for those that weren't able to show up tonight, you know, that they can go and purchase through the PayPal this time. All right, thanks again, and I'll be getting those goodies out to you ladies real soon. Good night.